Morning, Madam and friends. Today we from Group 2 are going to present about business proposal. This group consists of myself, Casey Chandra, my friend Nadia Virginia Rambe, Sabrina Zara Khalila, Vivian Chow, and Matthew Giovanni Raharja. The first topic is about solicited proposal. What is a solicited proposal? It is a proposal requested by other parties, externally or internally. This proposal is a type of proposal made upon request by a prospective customer to the company. Why? Because the customer has some certain issues in their business situation that need to be solved. For example, my company management asks my team to submit a proposal for a new project, or my team is asked to write a proposal that answers a request of proposal sent out by a client. The format of solicited proposal and unsolicited proposal are the same. However, the cover letters are slightly different. If the proposal is solicited, the reference of the RFP should be noted. For example, this proposal is in response to your telephone call of May 5th, 2020. This is the example of internal solicited proposal. At the beginning, internal proposals are often written in memo format. After that, the paragraph explains about background information signals that the proposal was solicited. The main point of the proposal is stated upfront. In this example, the main point is explaining the best way to cut costs is to expand and enhance the company website. Then, our current website part is to describe the current situation. After that, the renovating the website section purpose is to offer the plan for the reader consideration. The plan is described step by step. Lastly, the proposal concludes by discussing costs and benefits of the plan itself. Next, the presentation will be presented by my friend Vivian Chow. Thank you.
Good morning, madam and friends. I'm Vivian and I'm gonna explain to you about RFPs. So, first of all, I'm gonna explain to you about the definition of RFPs because it doesn't exist on the book, so I'm gonna explain it here. So, RFPs or request for proposal is actually a business document which actually announce, provides, and explain about some event or project, as well as the solicit bids from contractor also help to do with it. In organization or many other specific organization like government also use RFPs. RFPs for a specific program may require for the company to review the bids to examine their feasibility, the health of bidding company, and the bidder's ability to do what is required. So the next one I'm gonna explain to you about the principle of RFPs. So the first one is to inform suppliers to pursue them to make the best effort, and then requires the company to specify what is proposed to purchase. The next one is alert suppliers that the selection process is competitive, and the last is ensures that suppliers respond factually to the identified requirements. The next one, I'm gonna explain to you about the structure and the example of RFPs. So, as you can see from the PPT slides right here, or maybe you can see it on the book on page 80, it's actually the example of the RFPs. So now I'm gonna explain it to you. The first one is the title. In this title is what is this RFP about. From the example, you can see that this is about the proposal for financial advisor. And then below that, there's a section about the scope of services. In this section is really important. Why? Because in this section is actually the core of these RFPs and any services which actually want to be included on the proposal next. The next one is the general information section. This section is actually about the extra infos or any infos about the events or the project. It also contains a lot of terms and conditions due to the events or the projects. For example, like the contract period, compensation, and so on. And then the next one, if you do wish that these RFPs want to be replied from the company, you should attach the required response. in this required response section is actually about all of the requirements that you want and any information that you require to be written on the next proposal. And then don't forget, the last thing that you have to attach is about the instruction on how to reply these RFPs.
My name is Nadine Virginia Rambe, and now I'm going to present about memos. So, what are memos? Memos are an effective way to communicate in business. It offers short but concise information that gets through to the entire company. Internal memos is short for internal memorandum that is used to spread information as well as make mass requests of people in a company, department, or team. Now, why should you write an internal memo? An internal memo is an effective way to reach many people in an organization quickly and efficiently. With a memo, you can easily clarify or analyze a subject, make recommendations, set reminders, give instruction, transmit materials, make announcements, issue reports, ask for contributions, or request approval. Now, when it comes to make a proposal, a memo can be used as a short document which intends to convey a plan of action or simply a proposal to the receiver. It highlights key points to a proposal and provides steps in the execution of the proposal. Let's take a quick glance on an example of a good or bad internal proposal memo. These two are examples of proposal requests of letting other local groups to use their meeting rooms. Now, as you can see in the first example, the subject is really short that it leaves no information of what's the entire message about, while the second one gives a more specific title. Thus, while writing a proposal memo, we need to give a more specific title. Second, in the first example, it's more direct without giving more detailed information. It would look unprofessional to the sent and might leave many questions for the receiver. The second example gives a more structured writing which consists of background, problem or issues, conclusion, like recommendations and solutions. Also in the end, they have call to action. Third, now take a notice on each examples of how they use languages. The first one doesn't look professional because in the first one they use informal languages such as folks. Now, after comparing these examples, you need to judge which one is better.
Cover letter. A cover letter or a memo also referred to as transmission message introduces the proposal of the reader. A cover letter is used for external proposal and the memo is used for internal proposal. The cover letter should be include content that provides the coherence of the reader, review the highlights of the proposal, and encourage the action. Next, I'm going to tell you about some pointers that can help you write the cover letter. First, find out who is the decision maker. Before you write the letter, it should be addressed to them. Second, your opening paragraph should catch their attention quickly. For the example, using the phrase saving money will do the trick. So, tell them that you can save their money or make their operation more cost efficient. Third, the next paragraph should provide more detail about your product or service and describe how it saves money or more efficient. Fourth, the third paragraph should be focused on your qualification. For the example, you have to write the testimonials of your clients. Fifth, the closing paragraph should be short and give some call to action. Either ask them to call you or tell them that you will call in a few days for appointment. Next, I'm going to show you the template of the business proposal cover letter. First step, you have to do the formatting. In the top of your cover letter, you have to write your company name and the address. On this left side, you have to write the company name and the person that you want to send this cover letter. Step 2 is requirement and or the problem. Write why have they sought your help or service, or what is the problem that they have which you can help them with in the first paragraph. In solicited proposal, you can start with the first paragraph by simply setting one of these, as per our discussion, and so and date. or as we discussed in our last meeting, then blah 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 blah, and then go on state that the issue and the requirement in a single line. If you are sending an unsolicited proposal for Go the formalities and use a hook right here. You need to truly explosive the statement that will make your reader sit up and take the notice. Nothing works better than a question or the monetary implication of an issue to evoke a strong emotion. For the example, you can see in the PPT. Step 3 is solution. Tell the reader what you can bring on the table here. Talk about the analysis that you conduct to gauge the problem and the solution that you provide. The best formatting is to use the bullet list after a line or two explanation on the analysis of the problem. The list should explain the goals that you intend to achieve through your product or service. The step 3 is on the PPT as you can. Step 4, benefit. The question is why the recipient should be spending his or her precious time by reading your proposal. Remember, this is not the highlighting of the feature of your product or service. In this section, you should state clearly what the recipient business will get if they consider your solution. Step 5, call to action. Finally, end of the letter by telling the reader what you want him or her to do the next. This may be verbal encouragement to continue reading or to get in touch with you after pursuing through the proposal. So next, my friend Matthew want to present about the example of the cover letter.
Good morning. Now that we have learned the correct steps to make a cover letter, I'm going to show you an example of a perfect cover letter in order to make us understand about the materials more thoroughly. So take a look at figure 5. So it is stated that the addressee or the buyers that we are offering our services is called Harvest Company, a company which is located in BST. Now take a look at the first paragraph after the greetings. As my colleague Sabrina Zara has explained, the first paragraph should contain information which attracts the buyers and that we're willing to help them. In this way, we should use enhanced vocabulary. So take a look at the first sentence, such as, our company is thrilled to submit a proposal in order to help with your marketing and business goals. Second, and in the second paragraph, it is stated that we have to explain in detailed information about our goods or services and the benefits that it brings for our buyers or the addressee of this letter. So, as we can see in the next paragraph, the second paragraph itself mentions a lot of benefits by using our services, which is called the dual marketing approach system. Namely, the benefits are increasing the awareness of the brand, increasing the ROI, returns or return on investments, as well as reaching a target customer segment that has been untouched previously. After mentioning the benefits of our products or services, we should also mention our credibility. In this cover letter example, the credibility is explained in the proposal that is attached with the cover letter itself, containing a detailed information on other clients that they have helped and why this company is also suitable for Harvest to improve their own marketing goals. Last but not least, the closing information itself should be short, but it should also call for action. So, in this case, we are urging our buyers to contact us through the numbers that we are given. And that is, my friend, is one of the examples on how to make a good cover letter. Now, of course, there are some more tips in order for us to make a better cover letter and for our buyers to even consider and maybe select and accept our goods and services. So, tip number 1, refrain from mentioning any prices of our goods or services. It annoys the buyers and makes them unwilling to accept our proposal. However, there are some exceptions to this rule. First of all, if our price is distinctly different from our competitors, and secondly, if it sways the buyers into accepting our offer, Then we can also put the pricing inside the cover letter. So for example, if we're offering a goods or services that are cheaper than our competitors, then of course we can put it in our cover letter in order to convince our buyers that we are the better solution. Secondly, there are no shortcuts to writing a good cover letter. We should always check, rewrite, and recheck our own business proposal. Avoid making grammatical mistakes or mistakes that can harm our credibility, such as grammar mistakes, inconsistent format, and other mistakes that are similar to them. Thirdly, let's make it short and clear. Therefore, we should only write one page of our cover letter. Fourthly, our cover letter should be convincing towards our buyers, and therefore it should be about their companies, their problems, and our solutions instead of our company. If we are too focused on our company, it will discourage them from even accepting our offers. And last but not least, we should make statements that are also supported by proofs that we are credible for the buyers to accept our solution. A cover letter is of course one of the types of business proposals that we have learned today. And all business proposals have 7 deadly sins that we would like to avoid in order to make our business proposal sound convincing and effective. The first mistake is of course the failure to focus on our client's business problems and the payoffs. Therefore, it makes our business proposal generic and less compelling for them and less likely for them to accept our offerings which is written in our business proposal. The second mistake is of course the lack of persuasive structures. It would make our business information sounds like an information dump. The third mistake is of course there's no clear differentiation between us as the vendors and other vendors. If we cannot distinguish ourselves from other vendors, we would sound just like exactly the other vendors, and therefore it is less likely for them to notice our advantage as a vendor for them. The fourth mistake is our failure to offer a propositional value towards our client. The fifth mistake is of course that our key points are buried. No highlightings, no impacts, and therefore it is harder for them to pay attention towards what we can offer in our business proposal. The sixth mistake is of course our business proposal is difficult to read because of too many jargons, our business proposals are too lengthy, or it is too technical. We should make our business proposal understandable towards our clients. And last but not least, it is of course the credibility killers. What are credibility killers? Credibility killers are basic mistakes that of course can harm our credibility as a vendor and business partners towards our client. For example, misspellings, grammatical errors, punctuation errors, use of wrong client's name, and also inconsistent formats of our letters or proposals, and similar mistakes that can harm our credibility. That is all the presentation from our group. We would wish you a very nice day, and should you have any questions, you can feel free to ask us or leave it in the comments below. Thank you very much and have a nice day.